Hello everybody, this is Terry Jeanette with the Tapping Flamingo. You know, the other day I was talking to my mom and she told me she was watching the news and they had a segment on there about a local lady who is a professional seamstress, and she has been making a lot of masks. And so this kind of perked her interest because she knows my sister and I have been making tons of masks. And when she watched it, she was kind of in awe because supposedly this lady can make a mask in 10 minutes. I don't see how that's possible, and this is why. So there are several styles of mask. I'm not going to get into the N95s, which is the best type mask to wear, and the homemade versus this and that. I'm just going to show you the different styles. So I've actually been making them that look like this. They have a seam in the middle. They're reversible. They have elastic ears on the side. Some of them I do ties, but those don't seem to be very popular, so I don't make a whole lot of them. And they fit like this. Okay? Another style I've been making is very similar, and my sister makes a lot of these. These are cut further down, and they do run a little smaller. I kind of have a small face through here. I didn't think I did, but I have learned I do. And this is how they fit. Now, the other one that I don't have an example of, I'm going to possibly try to start making them, but they are the rectangular ones with the folds that you put them on and you can make them bigger like this and they cover your face. My sister makes those also. Anyway, I don't know what type of mask this lady was making. I would venture to say it was probably the rectangular ones because they don't take as long to make. But still, 10 minutes is pretty quick. All right, so the first thing you have to do is obtain your fabric. And you need two kinds of fabric. You need one for one side, one for the other. And the reason is because when you wear this, when you take it off, you need to make sure you know which side's the outside, because this is where your germs and stuff are going to accumulate, and you have a clean side. Now, once you wash them, if you decide you want to wear it the other way, that's fine. And these, I would not put in the dryer. I would wash it delicate with soap. You know, just like washing your hands for 20 seconds with soap will get rid of the germs. The same thing with these masks. I'm just afraid if you throw them in the wash with everything else, the elastic could get caught on a pant leg, and all of a sudden you got this going on. So, you know, you do need to be careful with them. Okay, so once you've picked out your two fabrics, for instance, let's say we're going to pick out, I don't know, I really like all of these, so it would be really hard for me to pick out. But I'm going to do, say, turtles and maybe this green, because there's a green turtle there. So I'm going to get my pattern and lay out the fabric and cut two of this and two of this. And then you need interfacing. You need to get two of these. The interfacing acts as a filter. So it's very important that you have interfacing. And then you need two strands of elastic for each side. All right, now I've got them all cut out. It took me a little over 3 minutes to cut all this out. And I didn't get interrupted or anything. So I have my two pieces of interfacing. And I'm going to iron them on to the two pieces of this on the wrong side. And I need to iron these. They're kind of wrinkled a little bit. And if you iron between seams and when you sew in between things, your product's going to come out much nicer. So that's what I'm going to do right now, is get this all ironed out and get the interfacing on. All right, so I've got my pieces all ironed, I've got the interfacing on, and I'm getting ready to sew. And both of these, I'm going to sew along this edge. By the way, ironing and putting the interfacing on took me 2 minutes. So we're up to 5 minutes already. So let me get this sewn up. All right, so that took me about a minute and a half to sew up. So next thing I do is I'm going to turn them inside out, or wrong side out, right side out, whatever you want to call them. I want to make it so I see the right side, like this. Okay? And then I'm going to pin. I just pin this top here, and then I start down here and I sew all the way into this curve like that. And then when I'm finished sewing that, I put the elastic in. And I put the elastic in and sew up the sides at the same time. So I'm going to go ahead and sew this curve and sew the elastic in and time myself, and I'll be back. All right, so I've got this part sewed. I sewed the sides with the elastic. And as I go, I like to trim my threads. So that's another thing you've got to do. All right, so that was 3 minutes it took me to do that. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to sew halfway down, leave this opening because I'm going to turn it. And before I turn it, I need to trim off all the excess so when it turns, it lays nicely. And then when I turn it, I iron all my seams. I make sure they're nice and crisp. And then I will be back. All right, I've got it turned and I'm ready to finish it off. By the way, when you're ironing, be very careful. I don't know if you see my battle wound there. I did this the other day. It's healing pretty nicely, but it itches right now. But yes, I did burn myself with the iron because I was reaching over for something. But anyway, clipping off the edges, turning it, ironing it, that took me another 3 minutes. Okay, and I know we're beyond 10 minutes now. I don't remember how much time it was. I'll have to go back and add it up because I don't remember what it was. Anyway, what I do next is I top stitch. I have to close this up. See how I ironed it? I'll make it easier. As I top stitch, I start here and I just carefully go all the way around. It helps it to stay better intact. I've already gone over the elastic in here a couple of times on each end here. So this will be one more thing to go around. But anyway, let me get this done and then I'll show you the finished product. I'm all done with my mask. Yes, it did take me more than 10 minutes to make, but it really wasn't that long. I love the way it turned out. I love the way it fits. And I didn't really go into huge details on how to make these, but I kind of gave you an idea of what goes into making one of these. My suggestion is, if you want to make one, is to go look through YouTube and look at all the different videos on how to make them and then come up with what works for you. That's basically what my sister and I did, because we liked what this person did and then we liked something else that this person did, and we just kind of put it all together to make how we make our own. And even my sister does things a little bit different. She even uses a different pattern. But anyway, I have more masks that I have made on my Etsy shop. So if you don't want to make a mask, hope you go over there and check out the ones that I have available. And I've got some jewelry over there too. And anyway, I hope you all have a really wonderful day. This is Terry Jeanette with the Tapping Flamingo signing out for now. Bye-bye. I need to come back on here and say one more thing. You see it? Look at the turtles. I was just noticing it. The turtles don't go the right way. Now, I don't really care. I made this mask for me, so it doesn't matter. But if I had done this to put in my shop, I would have been a little upset. So one of the things when you are cutting out your fabric, if you have fabric that's not going, like for instance, this stuff here, it's going all over the place. There's really not a pattern to it. Unlike this, where there is a pattern and it's going this way. You want to be careful when you fold your fabric when you cut, that you don't have the tiki huts going upside down on one side and right side up on the other. So that takes a little bit more thinking and time to do. Anyway, I just thought I would point that out so you don't wind up with something like this and it bother you. Like I said, it's not bothering me. Y'all have a great day. Bye-bye.